Here's a truth bomb, which from the comments online it seems to be so hard to understand for all of the diehard Iron Maiden fans. Sorry to break it to you, but Run For Your Lives tour is not for you.
Sorry to ruin your image.
No, I mean, it is for you, but it's not only for you. And that's exactly the reason why it works. And that's exactly the reason why Iron Maiden were able to pull it off. Super quick spoiler alert, this video includes bits of Run For Your Lives tour setlist, so just be aware of it. On the Run For Your Lives tour, Iron Maiden are going full arena, celebrating 50 years of one of the greatest and the most iconic heavy metal bands to ever walk this earth. And that means celebrating all of the Iron Maiden fans who made the band who they are today. Not only their die-hard fan base who live and breathe everything Iron Maiden, but also those who simply genuinely enjoy their music. And those who really want to hear some of their greatest hits live. Sometimes for the very first time ever. Because the thing is that it was not only Iron Maiden fan club members and those who have seen this band gazillion times live that have purchased 100 million copies of Iron Maiden albums. And here's the thing, for some weird reason many Iron Maiden fans actually imagined Run For Your Lives tour to be a tour of the deep cuts from the early days of Iron Maiden, when in reality it was never meant to be such. Even more, I actually believe that in terms of the Run For Your Lives setlist, Iron Maiden actually delivered pretty much exactly what they had been advertising all along. And when it comes to this tour's production and the overall show, Iron Maiden did tease that it will be one of the greatest and one of the most unusual experiences for all of the Iron Maiden fans. And in my opinion, they did not only simply deliver it, but they overachieved it with this new tour. Because yes, it is like nothing we've seen before from this band. Even if we concentrate on the setlist alone, and by the way, I know that in my setlist prediction video, I actually did include Be Quick or Be Dead and Infinite Dreams, as I truly believe that those will be a couple of deep cuts that they will include for their die-hard fans. But even if that didn't happen, let's not forget that the concert opens with the Ides of March going into Murders in a Rue Morgue, which although yes, Iron Maiden did play before, was actually performed last all the way back in 2005, which was 20 years ago. But even then, in 2005, it was actually only played live 38 times. And the last time it has actually been a setlist stable for Iron Maiden was all the way back in 1981 and 1982. When I'm simply sure 99% of the people complaining about the setlist online did not actually see Iron Maiden live. And the same goes for Killers, which was last performed live in the previous millennia during a brief Ed Hunter tour. In addition to which we also got Wrathchild and Phantom of the Opera, honoring the Paul Di'Anno era, which, yes, has been vastly underrepresented during Iron Maiden live tours in the past couple of years.
It's just outrageous.
In addition to that, we got Power Slave, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, which Iron Maiden fans have been begging the band to perform live once again for 17 years. And which I just realized after they actually did it, because it was the song they played on the very first tour I saw Iron Maiden at, and I just realized it's been that long. But yeah, and of course the song which in my opinion was the biggest surprise on the setlist overall, the epic title track to Iron Maiden's 7th studio record, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Here's the thing, let's be real here. 90% of Iron Maiden live audience have no idea that Total Eclipse was supposed to appear in Number of the Beast instead of Gangland. Or that at the very first concert Iron Maiden played with Bruce Dickinson back in 1981, they opened with Sanctuary and did 3 encores closing with I Got the Fire. And even more, they most likely have a pretty hard time naming all 9 of the first Iron Maiden records, which is absolutely okay. And given all that, I actually believe that the band did an incredible job comprising a setlist which will satisfy both their diehard fans at least in some capacity, playing some of the deeper cuts from their first days, and 90% of other people who will come and see this show live. Because this is the kind of setlist which will allow Iron Maiden to bring this show to arenas, stadiums, and huge festivals around the globe. But the craziest thing is that we actually got a deep cuts tour, and the band was out on the road with it for the past 2 years, celebrating both the most underappreciated 1980s album, Somewhere in Time, and their latest studio release, and during which they literally performed just a couple of their biggest hits, with no Aces High, no 2 Minutes to Midnight, and even no Number of the Beast. And you know what? People still complained about it. Yes, of course, if you ask me, I would simply love to hear Infinite Dreams or Deja Vu live, and I would gladly swap, let's say, Fear of the Dark for it at any given day. But the truth is that it wasn't the Duelists, Sun and Steel, or Gangland that made Iron Maiden the stars they are today, but the Trooper, Aces High, and yes, Fear of the Dark. And if you're out on the road celebrating the milestone of your 50th anniversary, inviting all of the friends you've ever met along the way, well, you simply owe it to your guests to play those songs live. So yeah, I'm gonna say something that a lot of Iron Maiden fans might actually hate me for, but I kind of feel like it has to be said. And I got myself thinking about it as well, and that's when I realized how wrong I was. That if we are complaining about an Iron Maiden setlist like this, the only thing it shows is how spoiled we actually are by this band. By the band who at this stage in their career does not really have to prove anything to anyone anymore, and yet still goes out on the Future Past tour to please their diehard fans. The band which could easily do the same thing as many other classic rock and metal bands do for many years now, and play exactly the same 15 songs from a year to a year, and go out on the road with exactly the same tour and production, continuously tries to reinvent itself and bring something absolutely new to the table, and does that once again on the 50th year of its existence.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And even more, I actually believe that it is thanks to this particular setlist that Iron Maiden were able to completely change their production on this tour. And this new production, which for the very first time in Iron Maiden history turned the band's stage to basically a set of LED screens, may actually be the key to understanding what the future holds for Iron Maiden and our fanbase community, of which, by the way, I'll be talking in a Metal Digest segment, which will come out tomorrow. So definitely not miss it. But the bottom line here is that I don't know about you, but I would simply love to see this tour live. A tour, quite a lot of songs from which setlist to be honest with you, despite the whole fact that I've seen quite a lot of Iron Maiden concerts, I have never ever heard live, and scream every word of those along together with the band just like I will the lyrics of the Trooper, together with thousands of heavy metal fans from all around the world. Anyways, this was my little rant, which I know many of you most likely will hate me for. But nevertheless, please let me know what you guys personally think about the Run For Your Life setlist. And do you agree that if you are going out on the road celebrating your 50th anniversary and doing arena shows, you simply cannot do a setlist of deep cuts? I'm actually really curious to find out what you guys personally think about it. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!